All right. In case number 8, as I have referred to you that we have independent variable which is quantitative and our dependent variable which is categorical, having more than two categories. So what we need to do, we need to go to our data, and what we need to do is we go to the analyze, go to regression, then go to multinomial logistic. Why we are using it? Because our dependent variable is basically categorical. So what is our dependent variable? Our dependent variable is breakfast preferences. So if we can see over here, breakfast preferences, that is basically variable. You can see over here, we have more than two categories of breakfast. Breakfast bar, oatmeal, and cereal. So we have more than two categories of options over here, and that is why, due to this dependent variable of having more than two categories, we need to use the multinomial regression. So we go to the multinomial regression, and we need to put our dependent variable. So what is our dependent variable? That is breakfast preference. And what is our independent variable? That is salary. So go to breakfast preference. There it is, breakfast preference. Put it into the dependent list, and you need to put salary in the covariate list, because there the procedure requires independent variable is quantitative, therefore we will add it in covariate. So simply follow the procedure. You need to click OK button, and here it is how it is run. So you can see the results over here. There is no model 0, model 1. There is simply the results you can interpret. So first of all, you need to see the model fitting information. Here you need to see the sig value. And if you can see, the sig value is greater than 5%. So it means our null hypothesis is not rejected, because if this value is less than 0.05, it means the null hypothesis is rejected. But in our case, it is greater than 0.05. So what we conclude here? We conclude here that there is no impact of salary on breakfast preference. So this is our conclusion. The salary has no impact on breakfast preference, because the value of model fitness is greater than 5%. Next is you can see shadow R square. How can we interpret it? You can see the cox and snail is very low. It is less than 1%. Therefore, the model was also not fit. So we have a very minimum amount of R square here. So it means salary is not explaining the breakfast preference, or it is explaining less than 1% the base breakfast preference. Next, you can see the likelihood ratio. Here you can see again the salary is not significant. So the value, the sig value of salary again is greater than 5%. So we are having that we fail to reject H naught, and we conclude that salary does not impact the breakfast preference. And then again, you may have a parameter estimate. So how do you interpret this table? First, you need to see that uh, first you need to see that there are three categories of your breakfast preference, and your reference category is cereal. So you need to compare cereal with breakfast, you need to compare oatmeal with cereal, and you need to interpret these results. So as the salary is insignificant, because the sig value of salary with reference to breakfast as compared to the cereal is insignificant. So we can say that there is a negative impact of breakfast in uh, in comparison to cereal, and the salary is insignificant over here, because the sig value of the salary is 0.507. So we can say that in case of first category, which is breakfast bar, and in comparison to cereal, it is negative, or the preference is decreasing, but it is not significant. The sig value of the breakfast is also not significant, and sig value of the salary is not significant also. In case of oatmeal, you can compare it with cereal and you can interpret the result like there is an insignificant negative impact, or the oatmeal is decreasing as compared to cereal, and it is decreasing insignificantly. So you need to see the sig value, you need to see the sign. If it is minus sign, it means it is decreasing. If there is no sign, it means it is increasing. So we can say that breakfast bar is decreasing as compared to cereal. So people prefer more to cereal as compared to breakfast in another way, but this impact is not significant. In the same way, people prefer cereal as compared to oatmeal, and this impact is also insignificant. So this is the way you can interpret your multinomial regression results. So if you have any question up till this case, uh, I will respond. If not, we can proceed for the case number 9. So if you have any question, you may ask, or we may proceed further with case number 9. Please let me know. If you are having any question for case number 8, I will let you know if you have any question, or can we proceed further if you have no any question. I think you people have no any questions, so we may proceed to the case number 9. So here it is, case number 9. Uh, when you have binary independent variable and you have categorical dependent variable. So what is the actual scenario over here? You need to understand the scenario. Is there any impact of lifestyle on breakfast preference? So you are basically comparing, or you are seeing the impact of lifestyle on your breakfast preference. So different people may have different lifestyle, and they may measure the impact of their lifestyle on breakfast preference. So how can we do it? In this case, we have three categories in dependent variables. So while running the model, first we have to set the reference category like we did in the previous one. And then as the independent variable is binary, so we need to take it into factor. So whenever your independent variable becomes binary, we need to consider it as a factor. So let's see. First, we need to check our independent variable, which is lifestyle. So go here. You need to find out your independent variable, which is lifestyle. This is basically indicated by name actor, and you can see here it is binary because two values are indicated, 0 and 1. So this is binary independent variable, and it is again we are comparing it with breakfast preference, which is categorical. So we are comparing a binary variable with categorical variable. So what we need to do, go to the transform, sorry, go to the analyze, go to regression, and then go to the multinomial logistic. What you need to do, you need to reset it. First, you need to put your dependent variable, which is breakfast preference, and then you need to put the lifestyle. And I have provided the guideline regarding this, that as our independent variable is binary, so we need to take it into factors. So this is the guideline you need to follow. you need to put the lifestyle variable into factors. Go to the model and no, you don't need to do anything. Yes, you need to click the reference category. I have written over here, in this case, we have three categories in dependent variable. So while running the model, first we have to set the reference category. In the previous example, I may forgot putting the reference category, but it is by default selected as a first if you forgot to put it. But if you want to see what reference category is being by default selected, you can see in the previous example, the last category was selected. So you can change it as a first category. So what does it mean by reference category? If I like to let you know, there are three categories of breakfast. I selected the cereal as a reference category. It means I was comparing the breakfast with cereal, the oatmeal with cereal, as you have seen in the results. But if I select the first category as a reference category, I need to compare the breakfast with oatmeal and breakfast with cereal. So in this case, I have selected the reference category as a first category. It means I am going to compare the breakfast with oatmeal and breakfast with cereal. So after doing it, you need to click OK button. You need to click OK button and you will see the results like this. And you can see the SIG value. The SIG value of model fitting information is less than 0.05. So what we can conclude here? We can conclude here the H naught is rejected because the SIG value is less than 0.05, and we can conclude there is an impact of lifestyle on breakfast preference. So this is our conclusion over here. There is an impact of lifestyle on breakfast preference. And what is the R square, shadow R square? It is 6.7% as per Cox and Snail, and we can interpret it that the breakfast preference, the variance of breakfast preference is explained approximately 6.7% by the lifestyle. Or you may also interpret like this. You can say that uh, the lifestyle, the variance in the lifestyle explain approximately 6.7% of variation in the breakfast preference. So this is the way how you can interpret the shadow R square. Then you can see the likelihood ratio test. Here again, if you can see the lifestyle, the SIG value of the lifestyle, it is also less than 0.05. So here we can say uh, that the lifestyle is basically impacting your dependent variable, which is basically the preference of breakfast. So it is significantly impacting, and then we need to go to the parameter estimate. Here you can see as we have three categories of breakfast preference, and we considered breakfast bar as a reference category over here, and we have two categories of our independent variable, that is lifestyle 0 and lifestyle 1. So what does it mean, lifestyle 0 and lifestyle 1? If we go over here, lifestyle 0 mean inactive. The person may not be taking regular exercises, physical exercises. The person may not be active in his daily life, in his daily work. He may not he may not awake early in the morning. He may not be very active in his daily tasks. So it is indicated by 0. While active means that the person awakes early in the morning, the person is very hardworking, he may take shower, he may do regular exercises, he may take his breakfast, his lunch, his you can say dinner in a proper way. So it is considered as an active. So how can we interpret these values? So the person having the active lifestyle, he may significantly uh, take less oatmeal as compared to breakfast, or he may take breakfast more as compared to oatmeal, because the value of oatmeal is negative. So we can say that a person who is active in his routine life take more breakfast, and it is very significant. While in case of cereal, a person who is active, uh, you can say here, the sig value for cereal is not significant for lifestyle. No, this is basically I interpreted in a wrong way. Just sorry for it. You need to understand the row. The first is the intercept row and the second is coefficient row. You need to see lifestyle is equal to 0, and you need to see that there are 40% chances that the person having an inactive lifestyle has a positive impact of taking more breakfast than as compared to oatmeal. In the same way, a person having an inactive lifestyle, because this is significant in front of lifestyle 0. So the person having inactive lifestyle may have get more breakfast than cereal. So in the other way, you can interpret like, if a person is very active, he may prefer the cereal as compared to breakfast. In the same way, if a person is active, he may prefer oatmeal as compared to breakfast. But if a person is inactive, he may prefer breakfast as compared to oatmeal. If a person is inactive, he may prefer breakfast as compared to cereal. So this is the way you can interpret this table. So it was case number 9, and we are moving towards case number 10. So is there any question you may ask, or we may proceed for our last case? So if you people are having any question relating to case number 9, please let me know. I will respond it. If you do not have any question, we may proceed towards the case number 10, and then we may conclude our meeting. Please let me know if you are having any question.
No, sir, no question. We can proceed further. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hardeep Kaur. We will proceed further. This is the case number 10, where we may have independent variable categorical, and we may have the dependent variable is also categorical. When both of these variable are categorical, what we need to do? So just wait, I need to open the slide view. So our basic concern is there any impact of age group on breakfast preference? So we have different categories of age, and we have different categories of breakfast preference. If we see our data set like this, we have three categories of breakfast. Because it is greater than 2, so we can consider it as a breakfast, as a categorical variable. And we also have more categories of age, like here, these are the categories of age. We may have 4 categories of age. So whenever you have more than 2 categories, it is a categorical variable. So our dependent and our independent both are categorical. So what we need to do in this case, there are some guidelines that we need to understand. When the categories of our independent variable are more than 2, then first we create a dummy. So we need to create dummy of our independent variable, same as we did in case number 4 and 7. As previously I have yesterday I have told you how to create the dummy variables of different categories, and today in case number 7 I also let you know how to create uh, the dummy variable. Further, in this case, we have three categories independent variables. So while running the model first, we have to set the reference category first or last, as we did in the previous example. You need to put your dummy variable of age categories in factors box then rather than covariate. So first what we need to do, we need to create dummy variable of our independent variable. So what is our independent variable? That is age. So here it is. uh, Whenever we need to create the dummy variable of different categories, we need to create one reference category and remaining three as a dummy variable. So how can we do it? We just need to clear the following data, because it is the data we have used in the previous example. So go to the transform, go to recode into different variable. We need to create reference categories of age group. We need to put it over here. So how many categories are there? This is the age category. You need to take a screenshot so that we may make the categories more effectively. You can put it over here like here. Yes. So in the first category, if we want to consider it as a reference category, we need to create the dummy variable for second, third, and fourth. So let's suppose the first category is our reference category. We need to create the dummy variable of the remaining three categories. So go here, you need to go to the transform, go to the recode into different variable. You need to put your age variable over here. You need to create dummy one. Here D hyphen one, and you need to change it, and it will appear here. You need to set the old and new values. But what is the old value? Because we are creating dummy for second, third, and fourth category. So first dummy is related with second category. So second category is the old number is 2. So we need to put 2 over here. The old number is 2, and we are converting it into 1. Add it, and we consider all other values equal to 0. And this is how you can create your first dummy variable, and you can verify over here. Yes, your first dummy has been created. In the same way, you need to create your second dummy. Go to here, you need to reset it. You need to put age again here with a question mark. Then you need to create dummy age 2. Here the short form of it, b hyphen 2. Click the change button, and it will create like this, and put the old and new value. So the first dummy was indicated by 2, the second dummy will be indicated by 3. So you need to put here 3 as a old value and 1 as a new value. You need to put it over here. Click all other values as a 0, and click continue button. Yeah, so you need to add it and continue. Again, click OK, and you can see that the second dummy has been created. And we need to create the last dummy. Go to the transform, go to decode into different variable, you need to reset it, and then you need to put age again because of the question mark. Then uh, then change it old and new values. The old value was 4 because this is the fourth category. The first category is the reference category, and we need to create 3 dummy variables. So old number was 4. So we need to put 4 here. We need to put 1 here for the impact. Added all other values is equal to 0. Add it and click continue and then click OK. So what we have done now, we have completed our step number 1. If you want to verify, you can see here dummy first, dummy second, and dummy third. What is the next step? When the categories of our independent variable are more than 2, then first we create the dummy variable as same as we did in case number 4 and 7. Further, in this case, we have 3 categories in dependent variables. So while running the model first, we have to set the reference category first or last. So you just need to go to analyze regression, multinomial regression, and reset. So what is our DV? If we see, the break fast preference is our DV. And what is the guideline regarding DV? The guideline regarding DV is we need to check the reference category also. So break fast preference we need to put in the dependent variable. The break fast preference. This is the break fast preference. We need to check the reference category. Let's suppose we are comparing the first category. So continue. Then there is a guideline regarding the independent variable. You need to put your dummy variables of age categories in factors because we have created dummy variables. So we need to put it into which box? Into factor box. So go to here and put your dummy variables one by one. You can put it easily. So these are basically put over here, and you need to click OK button, and then you will find these results. So first of all, you can see the sig value over here. The sig value over here indicates that the model is statistically fit. It means there is an impact. There is an impact of what? There is an impact of age group. There is an impact of age group on breakfast preference. So we can conclude here that H0 is basically rejected and H1, which is alternative hypothesis, and it is basically accepted. So we may conclude here that the age group having an impact on breakfast preference because the SIP value is less than 0.05. Then we go to the shadow R square using Fox and Snail. It is approximately 32.9%. So what we can conclude here? We can conclude here because our DV was breakfast preference. We can conclude that the variation in the breakfast preference is is 32.9% is explained by what? Is explained by our different categories of age groups, because D1, D2, and D3, they are different categories of age group. So we can say that the preference, the fast preference of different categories of age group is explained by 32.9% by different age categories. So again, we have the model fitness and the impact fitness result. All the 3 categories having significant impact. So we can say that all the variable are significant. and then we can go to the parameter estimate. You can say here D1 with 0 category, D1 with 1 category, and so on. So we are basically comparing the breakfast with oatmeal and breakfast with cereal. So how can we interpret this? There is very simple way. Just go in front of the significant results. You can see that D1 with 0 indication is negatively impacting the choice between oatmeal and breakfast. It means if a person, what does 0 mean? If I need to explain over here, what does 0 mean over here? 1 means impact and 0 mean no impact. If we are considering uh, a person is related to the age group 1, and what is the age group 1? What does it mean by the first category of age? The first category of age was basically 31 to 45. So if a person is related with 31 to 45 of age, his impact will be considered by 1. If a person is belongs to the age category of 31 to 35, his impact will be shown by age category 1. And if the person is not related to 31 to 35 years of age, his impact will be discussed by age category 0. So we can say if a person is not related with the age category of 31 to 35 years, he may have, he may, he may take less oatmeal. He may take less oatmeal because there is a negative sign. If there is a positive sign, I would say he will take more oatmeal as compared to breakfast. But as there is a negative sign, so we can interpret if a person is not belongs to the age category of 31 to 35 years, he will take less oatmeal than breakfast. In other way, if we reverse this interpretation, we can also say that if a person is related with the age category of 31 to 45 years, if a person is related with the age category of 31 to 45 years, he may take more oatmeal as compared to breakfast, because you are going to the reverse interpretation. In the same way, when we go to the second dummy, you can see that it is also significant. It is also indicating that those person who does not belong to the second category of the age group, or with the category of 46 to 60 years, those person who does not belong to 46 to 60 years age group, those person who does not belong to 46 to 60 years age group will will take less oatmeal as compared to breakfast. If we want to do a reverse interpretation, we can also say that those persons who have the age category of 46 to 60 years, 46 to 60 years, those persons who have the age category of 46 to 60 years, they take more oatmeal as compared to breakfast, because those person who does not belong to that age category are taking less oatmeal as compared to breakfast. In the same way, when we are going towards the third category, we can say that those person who does not belongs to greater than 60 years are taking less oatmeal as compared to breakfast, and those person who belongs to the age category of greater than 60 years, over 60 years, they are taking more oatmeal as compared to breakfast. In the same way, you can interpret the cereal just like I have interpreted the above one. You are comparing the cereal with breakfast. If the value is positive, you are saying that the person is taking or the group is taking the cereal more as compared to breakfast. For example, in our first case, D1, the age category with 0, it is insignificant. So it means the category belongs to age 1 group, that is 31 to 45. They are taking more cereal as compared to breakfast. In the same way, you can see that those person who does not belong to second category of age or second dummy category of age, they take less cereal as compared to breakfast. In the same way, those person who does not belongs to third category of age, they take, because there is minus sign and it is also significant. So those person who does not belong to the third category or who are not over 60 years of age, they take less cereal as compared to breakfast. So you can also interpret it in a reverse function. It means those persons who are over 60 years of age, they take more cereal as compared to breakfast. So this interpretation was somewhat complicated, but you have an idea. Whenever you forgot about how to interpret, you just need to see the recordings of my video and you will understand the whole idea. So these are the 10 cases of regression. I hope you have learned a lot. My basic concern was to include uh, the haze process in this session, but as the time has too much, it is very late at night in Pakistan and in India. So I have decided that the whole haze process is also a very complicated process, especially for those who does not have any idea about the haze process. So I will deliver a session on the haze process on Wednesday. So please be ready on Wednesday with the same time slot, 6 to 9 p.m. On Wednesday, I will deliver a session on case process. So I will complete it that part on Wednesday. So if you have any question, you may ask, or we may conclude our session. So if you have any question, we have less than 1 minute, or we can conclude our session for today. I think nobody having any questions, so can we conclude it? Uh, thank you very much, everyone, and thank you, everyone. Stay blessed.